It has not taken long for the wheels to come off the Belt and Road Initiative. As recently as May of 2017, Xi Jinping stood in Beijing before a hall of nearly 30 heads of state and delegates from over 130 countries and proclaimed a project of the century. This was not hyperbole. China has promised to spend about $1 trillion on building infrastructure in mainly developing countries around the world, and finance almost all of this through its own financial institutions. Adjusted for inflation, this total was roughly 7 times what the U.S. spent through the Marshall Plan to rebuild Europe after the Second World War, according to Jonathan Hillman, author of The Emperor's New Road. But according to data published this week, reality is deviating sharply from Xi's script. What was conceived as the world's biggest development program is unraveling into what could become China's first overseas debt crisis. Lending by the Chinese financial institutions that drive the Belt and Road, along with bilateral support to governments, has fallen off a cliff, and Beijing finds itself mired in debt renegotiations with a host of countries. Hillman says China has taken a flawed model that appeared to work at home, building large infrastructure projects, and hubristically tried to apply that abroad. Historically, most infrastructure booms have gone bust, he adds. Whether China can avert that fate may depend on its ability to renegotiate loans with countries now in urgent need of debt relief. If China is unable or unwilling to provide sufficient relief to its borrowers, it could find itself at the center of a debt crisis in developing markets. The data that describes China's predicament comes from researchers at Boston University who maintain an independent database on China's overseas development finance. They found that lending by the China Development Bank and the Export-Import Bank of China collapsed from a peak of $75 billion in 2016 to just under $4 billion last year. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, please consider giving the channel a subscribe.